Hi, welcome to L4M. In this lesson, we will learn definition of an angle bisector, and we will see angle bisectors of a triangle. So, what's an angle bisector? First, the verb to bisect means to divide into two equal parts in geometry, into two equal parts. So, as you understand, angle bisector will divide an angle into two equal parts. Okay. So, angle bisector, what's angle bisector? Let's define it formally. A ray which divides an angle into two equal parts is called the angle bisector of that angle. Okay, let's demonstrate it on on an angle. Let's say that this is angle AOB, okay, and I have a ray, let's say OC, where the angle AOC is equal to the angle BOC, okay? Then OC is the angular bisector or angle bisector of the angle AOB. So let's write OC is the angle bisector of the angle AOB, where the angle AOC is equal to the angle BOC. Okay. Now, angle bisectors of a triangle. Now, angle bisector of an angle is a ray, but in triangle, we'll just talk about the line segments. So, a line segment of an angle bisector of an angle, but this angle of an angle of a triangle. So I'm writing it only this time. This is the first time I think we are talking about angle of a triangle, maybe the second time, but when I just say angle of a triangle, we should understand always interior angles. Okay, a line segment of an angle bisector of an interior angle of a triangle which joins the vertex of the angle to the opposite side of the triangle is called the angle bisector, is called an angle bisector. Oh, I apologize. Okay, is called an angle bisector of a triangle. Let's demonstrate it quickly on a triangle. Let's say that this is triangle ABC. we think about the angle A, vertex A, angle A, the line segment of the bisector which joins the vertex of the angle, or is also vertex of the triangle, vertex of the angle or vertex of the triangle, to the opposite side. That opposite side is BC. Let's say A1, where A1 is the angle bisector. So AA1 is the angle bisector of the angle A of our triangle ABC. Okay, so AA1 is the angle bisector of the angle A of the triangle ABC, where the angle BAA1 is equal to the angle CAA1. Okay, so lastly, uh, I apologize. Yeah. Lastly, I can say that since a triangle has three angles, we must have three angle bisectors for each of the angles A, B, and C. And similar to medians, we will state only in this lesson that the angle bisectors of a triangle also intersect at one point. But we will prove it at a later time, at a later in a later video. Okay, so a triangle has three angle bisectors, and all these three angle bisectors intersect at one point. And this will be proven, this fact will be proven in a later video. Okay, let's quickly see these three angle bisectors on a triangle. Let's say triangle ABC. Let's say A1 is the angle bisector of the angle A. B1 is the angle bisector of the angle B. When you draw two angle bisectors, of course you understand that these two must intersect. But the main thing is when I draw the third angle bisector, it also passes through this point. That's the main idea, right? Because if we don't prove it, or if we don't know this fact, we may assume that this angle bisector of the angle C passes through a different point like that, but it does not. It also passes through that point, and that's why all three angle bisectors intersect at one point, C1. So this angle is equal to that angle. Okay, but I repeat, we will prove it in a different video. Thank you. I hope that you learned and enjoyed about angle bisectors. See you next lesson. Please subscribe our channel. See you next time.